Before I say anything else, I need you to stop whatever you're doing for a second. Look at your life. Look at what you're chasing, because I'm about to tell you something that might save you 48 years of regret. That thing you're running after, the money, the promotion, the bigger house, the better body, the respect, the applause, that thing you're convinced will finally make your life work. It's not going to give you what you think it will. And I'm not saying that as a motivational speaker. I'm not saying that as some guru. I'm saying that as a man who is 79 years old and spent almost half a century chasing the wrong finish line. My name is William, and I wasted 48 years trying to earn something that was already mine. Music. 48 years. Do you know how long that is? That's longer than most marriages last, longer than entire careers, long enough to watch your children grow up and realize you weren't really there. So sit with me for a few minutes, because what took me nearly 5 decades to understand, I'm going to try to hand to you right now. And maybe, just maybe, you won't lose as much time as I did. We all tell ourselves the same lie. I'll be happy when I get the promotion. I'll be happy when I pay off the house. I'll be happy when I retire. I'll be happy when people finally respect me. I'll be happy when I prove myself. I said that sentence my whole life, my whole damn life. And you know what? I got the promotion. I paid off the house. I retired. People respect me, I think. At 79, you stop keeping score. But here's what nobody warns you about. When you get the thing, there's always another thing. Always. The finish line moves. You run and run and run thinking you're almost there. And then you look up and it's further away than when you started. I spent decades sprinting toward a finish line that didn't even exist. And the worst part? I thought I was winning. Let me tell you something about myself I'm not proud of. I grew up poor, not starving poor, but poor enough to feel it. Poor enough to see the difference. My father worked in a factory his whole life, came home every night exhausted, hands cracked, back bent, shirt soaked in sweat. And still, people treated him like he didn't matter, like he was invisible. I was 10, maybe 11, watching that, watching how the world looked at my father, and something inside me made a decision. That's not going to be me. I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to make people respect me. No one is going to look at me like I'm nothing. So I worked. God, I worked. 60 hours a week, sometimes 70, sometimes more. Missed dinners, missed birthdays, missed baseball games, missed bedtime stories, missed moments that never come back. But it was fine, I told myself, because I was building something. I was becoming somebody. By the time I was 54, I had the corner office, vice president. My name on the door. People called me sir. And I remember the day it happened. I closed the door to that big, beautiful office, walked to the window, looked out at the city below me, and I thought, this is it. This is what it was all for. And do you know what I felt? Not pride, not joy, not fulfillment. I felt empty, like I climbed a mountain for 30 years, only to discover there was nothing at the top, just another mountain behind it. That's when I should have understood, but I didn't. It took me another 25 years to figure out what was really going on. I'm a slow learner, but eventually it hit me. I wasn't chasing money. I wasn't chasing titles. I wasn't even chasing respect. Not really. I was chasing a feeling. I wanted to feel like I was enough, like I mattered, like I deserved to be here. And I believed, with everything in me, that if I just achieved enough, if I climbed high enough, if I collected enough proof, I'd finally feel it. But you can't get the feeling of being enough from a job title. You can't withdraw it from a bank account. You can't earn it from applause. That feeling, I could have given it to myself at 25. I finally gave it to myself at 73. Think about that. 48 years, gone, trying to earn what was already mine. And that realization, that's where everything started to change. Let me tell you where this chasing almost cost me everything. It wasn't at work. It wasn't my health. It was my marriage. Different story, same mistake. I believed something most men believe. Maybe you do too. I thought my job was simple. Provide. Give my wife the house. Give her security. Give her comfort. Give her nice vacations, nice cars, nice things. That was love, right? That was being a good husband. So I provided. Oh, I provided the hell out of that marriage. I worked longer hours, pushed harder, took on more responsibility, more pressure, more stress. Because in my mind, every extra hour was proof of love. Every bonus check was commitment. Every promotion was devotion. But here's the truth I didn't understand back then. You can give someone everything and still not give them what they actually need. We almost split up when I was around 50, not because I failed, not because I was broke, not because I cheated. We almost split because I was gone. Even when I was sitting right there on the couch, I was gone, physically home, mentally at work, emotionally unavailable, always thinking about the next deal, the next meeting, the next goal. And one night, I remember this clearly, she said something that hit me harder than any insult ever could. She looked at me and said, "William, I don't need the money. I need you. I need you to look at me. I need you to hear me. I need you to be here." And I didn't understand. I thought I was there. Wasn't I paying the bills? Wasn't I keeping a roof over our heads? Wasn't I doing what a husband is supposed to do? But here's what took me decades to grasp. Providing for someone is not the same as being present with someone, not even close. Presence is eye contact. Presence is listening without checking your phone. Presence is asking, "How are you really?" and waiting for the answer. Presence is sitting in silence without feeling like you need to fix something. I was funding a life, but I wasn't living it with her. You want to know something painful? Success makes a great excuse. When you're climbing, people admire you. They say, "He's hardworking. He's dedicated. He's ambitious." No one says, "He's avoiding something." But I was. I was avoiding the feeling that I wasn't enough. So I tried to outwork it, out-earn it, out-achieve it. And in doing that, I almost lost the one person who actually loved me without conditions. We didn't split. We stayed. But not because I made more money. Because I finally started showing up. It wasn't dramatic. No big speech, no grand gesture, just small things. Leaving work on time, putting the phone down. Actually listening. Sitting at the table after dinner instead of rushing off. It felt uncomfortable at first, because when you stop running, you start feeling. And feeling is scary when you've spent 40 years numbing yourself with ambition. Here's something I learned that nobody tells young people. Love doesn't need your resume. It needs your attention. Your kids won't remember your job title. Your spouse won't remember your bonus. They'll remember whether you were there, whether you were distracted, whether they felt seen. I missed a lot. I can't get those years back. That's part of my story now. But I can tell you this. The day I stopped trying to prove myself at home was the day my home started feeling peaceful. And that's when I started noticing something else. It wasn't just me. It was my friends. Men my age. Women my age. Some of them had money. Some didn't. Some were healthy. Some weren't. But there was a pattern, and what I saw shocked me. Because the happiest people I knew were not the most successful. They were the ones who stopped keeping score. And that's what I want to tell you next. What I saw in my friends at 79 years old, the ones who are miserable, and the ones who found peace. Because the difference between them? It has nothing to do with money. By the time I was 79, I noticed something striking about my friends. Some of them were miserable, still chasing, still comparing, still keeping score. I have a friend, 86 years old, who's still angry that his neighbor has a nicer car. He's miserable. Every day, looking over the fence, measuring himself against everyone, never satisfied. I have another friend, 81, who complains constantly. Her knees hurt. Her kids don't call enough. Her pension isn't enough. Everything is a problem. Everything is a complaint. And she's been like that for decades. She will die like that too, waiting for something outside herself to change, hoping the world will finally give her permission to be happy. But then there are others. And these people, I don't know exactly what it is, but they have something you can see the moment you meet them. They have lightness, peace, a calm that comes from not trying to prove anything. They're not keeping score. They're not worried about what anyone else thinks. They're just here, present, curious, grateful, enjoying what's in front of them. Take my friend Earl, 88 years old. This man is the happiest person I know. He has very little. A small apartment, a fixed income, not great health, but he wakes up every morning grateful, always learning, always reading, always asking questions. He once told me, "William, I spent 60 years trying to be somebody. Now I'm just trying to be here, and it's so much better." That's the difference. It's not money. It's not a big house. It's not even family, though they help. It's whether you've made peace with yourself, whether you've stopped chasing and started being. You want to know what real freedom feels like? Music rises. It's not having money. I know people with money trapped in their own heads, worried, anxious, never relaxed, always fearing the next thing. Real freedom is when the things that used to bother you don't bother you anymore. When someone says something nasty, it rolls off like water. When you don't need everyone to like you. When you can look in the mirror and see a 79-year-old man staring back and say, "Yeah, that's me, and I'm okay with that." Freedom is not needing anything outside of yourself to feel okay inside. And that takes most people a lifetime to figure out. Some never do. They die chasing, still waiting, still thinking happiness is just around the corner. Here's the trap I want you to really understand. You think, once I get this, I'll be happy. It doesn't work that way. I paid off my house at 58, thought I'd feel free, thought I could relax. But no, the fear didn't vanish. It just moved. Retirement savings, health care costs. What if the market crashes? What if this? What if that? The fear doesn't leave when your circumstances change. The fear leaves when you change. When you decide you're not letting it run your life. When you decide you're okay right now today, regardless of tomorrow. That's an inside job. No money can buy it. No promotion can unlock it. No relationship can grant it. Everything I thought I wanted, the title, the money, the house, the respect. I didn't actually want those things. I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel like I mattered. I wanted to feel loved. And I was searching for that in all the wrong places. Job, bank account, other people's approval. All that time. I could have given it to myself. I didn't need to earn it. I didn't need permission. I was already safe, already worthy, already loved. It's that simple. But I didn't understand it for decades. I'm still practicing, even now at 79 years old. Happiness isn't at the finish line. There is no finish line. You get one thing, another appears, solve one problem, another pops up. That's life. That's reality. So if you wait until everything is perfect to be happy, you'll wait forever. Something will always be missing. Something will always be wrong. The journey is the destination. Music softens. I heard someone say that once, and I didn't get it. But now I do. This is it. Right here. Right now. Your life isn't waiting for a promotion. It isn't waiting for the perfect person. It isn't waiting for the debt to disappear. If you can't find peace along the way, you won't find it when you get there. Here's the hardest truth I had to learn. Stop waiting. Stop telling yourself, "I'll be happy when," because that's a lie. I believed that lie for 48 years. And all it gave me was 48 years of postponed living, postponed laughter, postponed love, postponed peace. All the things I thought I needed to be happy. I didn't actually need them. Music swells. What you do need is this. Decide that you are enough. right now, today, with all your flaws, all your mistakes, all your fears. You are enough. Hear me clearly. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to wait for permission. You just have to accept it. I'm 79 years old. I've made countless mistakes. I've chased the wrong things. I've missed moments that can't be retrieved. But here's what I know for sure. Everything you're searching for, it's already inside you. You just have to stop running long enough to notice it. Think about that for a second. The promotion, the money, the house, the respect. None of that will ever fill the emptiness you're feeling. Because emptiness isn't something out there, it's something you carry inside yourself. And the only way to fill it is to decide that you are enough, right now, with everything exactly as it is. Not when you retire, not when your kids grow up, not when the market stabilizes, now. Music softens, reflective pause. I wish I had known this at 25. I could have saved myself decades of stress, anxiety, and missed moments. But I didn't. I learned it at 73. That's 48 years I wasted. Here's what I want you to do after listening to me. Look at your life. Look at what you've been chasing. And ask yourself, what would change if I just decided I was enough? Right now. Music rises, motivational. If this message hits you, share it with someone who's grinding themselves to dust, someone who's chasing something that will never make them whole. Ask them, what are you waiting for? What if you were enough today? And start noticing the moments you've been missing. Start being present. Start choosing yourself. Because the truth is, you don't need more. You just need to stop running. So here's the final thing I want you to hear. Your life isn't waiting for the perfect moment. It isn't paused until you get the promotion. It isn't holding still until you reach that finish line. Your life is happening right now. Every second you spend chasing approval, chasing money, chasing more, is a second you aren't actually living. At 79, I've learned that the world doesn't hand out happiness. It doesn't reward you for being busy. It doesn't care if you have a corner office or the newest car. Happiness, freedom, peace, they come from one place, you. Decide today that you are enough. Decide today that you matter. Decide today that your life is worthy exactly as it is. Music soft, intimate. I've wasted almost half a century thinking I had to earn it. I've missed birthdays, baseball games, dinners, conversations, hugs, all because I believed happiness was at the next checkpoint. But now I know the journey is the destination. The life you want is the life happening right now. Stop waiting. Stop running. Stop comparing. Look around. Take a breath. Notice what's in front of you. And just be. Music rises, inspirational crescendo. That's it. That's the truth. That's what I've learned after 79 years. You are enough. You are worthy. You are loved. You are already whole. And the moment you realize that, you finally start living. Music fades. Gentle pause. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who's still chasing, still waiting, still believing the lie. Because they need to hear this too. And remember, the only thing standing between you and peace is deciding that you are enough right now. Stop chasing. Start living. You are enough. Right now. Subscribe for more life-changing stories.